Here's an end. Many people this morning are looking forward to the holiest day on the Christian calendar, Easter Sunday. More than 70% of Americans identify as Christian, but less than a third practice regularly. James Brown is at a Baptist church in Alexandria, Virginia, where its pastor and members are defying those odds. JB, what's happening?
Hello, Charlie. Good to hear your voice. And as you can tell, I'm here in the sanctuary of the historic Alfred Street Baptist Church in Alexandria, Virginia. And as you mentioned, this 214-year-old church has absolutely no problems with attendance, due in large part to the hiring back in 2008 of its dynamic young pastor, Dr. Howard John Wesley. Since then, the congregation has nearly tripled.
It's 6 o'clock on a Saturday night, and Alfred Street Baptist Church is packed. This is one of 4 services that the Reverend Dr. Howard John Wesley officiates every weekend. He says church attendance is strong because the church understands its calling.
We are called to be traditional Baptists with a high liturgy, where those who want to come and receive an intellectual and spirited worship service can do so in a timely manner.
And this congregation has grown from what size when you first got here?
Around 2,500. Now we're just north of 7,000 in 8 years.
The challenge for most churches is attracting young people while maintaining the core older membership. Alfred Street Baptist does both. And Pastor Wesley believes that his age, 44, and his lineage as a fourth-generation preacher are keys to his effectiveness.
I am raised in the era of hip-hop. I respect hip-hop. I know 90s language, so within language, I can use analogies and metaphors that address all generations.
In the words of my favorite poet, Sean Carter, for those over 45, that's Jay-Z. Sean Carter argues that a couple dollars shut up our holler.
His style and substance has certainly attracted 15-year-old Madison Wellborn.
He doesn't make you feel bored or at home or laid back. He's making you involved in wanting to be at church, and that's something I really do like and find great about Pastor Wesley.
His most well-received sermons mix contemporary topics with a biblical message.
In one sense, saints, I'm outraged.
In 2012, he gave a sermon while wearing a hoodie as he addressed the Trayvon Martin shooting.
When you're hurt and when you're scared, it's hard to hear the voice of God.
In 2016, the subject was Beyoncé's Grammy-winning album, Lemonade.
I didn't come to preach Beyonce. I came to preach Bible. And you can't get out of the first book of the Bible without being introduced to a brother who's got a PhD in lemonade. His name is Joseph.
We knew the preaching was good. What we didn't know at that time how good his teaching was.
Deacons James Garrett and Patricia Wallace led the committee that hired Dr. Wesley 8 years ago.
And how many applicants did you get?
We had 108.
108 applicants.
Yes.
But hiring Pastor Wesley wasn't without its challenges. At first, he turned down the job. But after realizing he made a mistake, Wesley came to Alfred Street to personally ask the congregation to reconsider him.
The pulpit committee had given me a list of questions of things they thought the congregation was going to ask. And after getting up in humility, saying I made a mistake, none of those questions were asked. Not one. I think that transparency, along with that vulnerability, is what attracts people to be part of the church.
Whatever you do, I'll still be strong.
Alfred Street and Pastor Wesley have grown together. In 2015, the church donated $1 million to the new African American Museum in Washington, D.C. In the last 2 years, it has become the church of choice for the former First Family on Easter.
What are you preparing for this Easter?
I welcome the president at all times, but I also want to welcome that homeless man off the street who maybe on Easter Sunday is looking just for a family of faith to put their arms around him.
So, Charlie, with all the multiple services that are being held here, on the drawing board is a new building, which is a welcome relief to Dr. Wesley. As a matter of fact, he commented to my producer, Alvin Patrick, when Alvin said, "But you're a young man, you can handle it." And Pastor Wesley joked back saying, "Hey, I want to be an old man." By the way, Alex and Nora, on the guest preaching list is one with North Carolina roots by the name of Charlie Rose.
All right.
That's a hit maker right there.
Yeah, that's a hit.
JB, thanks.
JB, a reading from the Book of Lemonade. Who knew?
Yeah.
But whatever brings him in, get the
But when we did our show from the National African American History Museum, I had heard about this church that got $1 million in contributions. It shows how strong that community is. Thank you so much for that story, JB and Alvin.